Well, hey there, and welcome back. So here we are with Play Guitar Now, Jason Carey, and we're talking about Heaven by, oh, let's see, by Kane Brown. So it's a really cool song, and I'm so excited to share it with you. We're going to talk about it right now. So let's go ahead and talk about what happens if the feed drops. You can revisit us at youtube.com forward slash live forward slash, what is it? youtube.com forward slash Jason Carey forward slash live. I think the link's in there somewhere. Let me take a quick look because we have dropped the link before and we will definitely want to cover that. Oh, I guess I don't have it here. So anyway, so here we are. We're talking about Heaven with Kane Brown, and today's session is going to be starting right now. So if you have any questions, you can please type them into the live chat at any time. And what we'll do is we'll do our best to respond during the session. And then after the session, if we haven't responded to your request, we'll go ahead and follow up with you at that time. But we definitely want to be responding to any questions that are coming in, and we'll be careful to be responsive to those. Okay, so keep them coming and go ahead and throw those in the live chat. And there is a delay between your time and my time. I think there's a 7-second delay in there somewhere built in, so just keep that in mind. So we're going to move right along. So we're going to start by tuning up. We'll assume that we're in standard tuning, and sometimes we use these things called the metronomes, and they're basically designed to create a click track for us to practice on, and they're really helpful. This one also has a concert A440 pitch on it, so what we'll do is we'll use that as reference pitch, and then once we grab that, we'll proceed to tune the guitar. And we'll use that harmonic method we kind of talked about last week on our February the 28th, I think. So we're going to zip right through the tuning process best we can. And we did drop a stream earlier tonight, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of move right along. So start with the low E string, and we'll move to the A string, and right up to the D, and G, and B, and high E. We good? We good. So if you have any questions, again, go ahead and pop them into the live chat, and let's go ahead. We're in standard tuning, just a reminder, and we'll go ahead and download music for the Heaven by Kane Brown guitar lesson. It's like a 2 megabyte package. Go ahead and download it. It's great for you to just kind of have on your hand in your little in your repository. So just go ahead and stick it in a folder somewhere, and you have it to look back on. Their PDF binders, and they're really simple and really easy to read, and you're going to love it. So go ahead and download that. I'll give you a second to do that. But while you're downloading that, we're just going to talk about the chords that we're going to use today before we warm up while you're downloading. So we've got the chords are going to be D major, A major, F sharp minor, and E major. So what happens is I think the whole song is basically modeled around those 4 chords. So it's not a really big ask for us to do this song. As long as we know 4 of those chords and then 2 of the shapes and blah, 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 it's pretty easy to sort of put together, okay? So we're going to do that today, the whole thing. So stick around for that. First, we should warm up, and we always do this. I'm going to recommend you that we warm up all the time. So finger 1 on fret number 1, position number 9, on the low E string. Finger 1, 2, A string. Warm up is really important. We're using fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and warm up is very important because we come from really fast lifestyles these days, and it's very difficult to maintain a learning culture when we're moving so quickly. I know I'm going to disappoint some people, but I think we could slow down a little bit as a culture. Maybe those cell phones, maybe you don't use them so much. But they are a good learning tool. But just remember, it's really important to take some breath once in a while and just be sure that I think we're making some technical adjustments right now. So if things go south, we'll be right back. I think we're having a quick lighting adjustment. You may want to put your sunglasses on. Okay, so those warm-ups occur all the way down to position number 1. And we're thinking about right hand technique a little bit. I haven't warmed up a whole lot today, so the technique's pretty sloppy. And we're having a blizzard up here tonight, so I think it's sort of like a nor'easter that we're contending with. We'll be doing a lot of snow removal and cleanup tomorrow. So let's see. We're done with our warm-up period. Why don't we go ahead and jump right in? I think we're going to try to play catch up a little bit. So you could subscribe to the channel while we're playing catch up. That's a great thing to do. So you could subscribe, and there should be a link in the chat. If you're new to the channel tonight, go ahead and subscribe, and we can get moving this thing forward together. So we're going to talk about, let's say, the introduction. Let's take a look at that. So we're starting with that little A minor pentatonic, that A major pentatonic lick. Okay, so the scale actually starts like this. We're starting with the open A string, moving to finger 1 on fret 2 on the A, and then finger 3 on the A string. So we're using O, fret 2, fret 4. Then we're moving right up to fret number 2 on the D string, fret 4 on the D. Yeah. And then finger 1 on fret 2 on the G. It's good. We're going to continue on though. Finger 2 is on fret 4, and then slide up to, with that second finger, I'm going to use that second finger so that we can maintain that little house shape, right? Really important thing to do. Okay, so that's A major pentatonic. That is the shape that we're going to use for that little having the intro lick. The next thing that we want to do is we want to talk a little bit about the dyads. Dyads are little 2-note chords that we use to create a nice sound. And we're using fingers 2 and 1. This is for the next part of the song, sort of covering the verse part of the song. And we have the D chord, and then we have the A chord, fingers 2 and 3. So we're going to actually move from the A and the D strings on frets 5 and 4 to fingers 2 and 3 on fret 5 on the low E string, and finger 3 on fret number 6 on the G string. So we've got that nice stretch, that skip. We're skipping the D or the A and the D strings. So we've got a nice hybrid picking technique too with the right hand. So you're moving from thumb let's talk about that right hand real quick. So that thumb is going to hit that low E, or the A string, the bass note in each of these 4 different chord voicings. We're using the, let's see, the pick on the bass note and the middle finger on the upper note. Only 2 notes in each one of these dyads. And then, okay, so we have a nice D chord, nice A chord, and then an F sharp minor, and then, which is on fret 2, fingers 2 and 3, and then open low E and fret number 1 on the G string. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the chord pattern for the break part of the song, the chorus part of the song, and we're looking at just basically playing the fleshing out the whole chord of each root note. So open D is followed by the 2nd fret on the G, fret 3 on the B, and finger 2 on the high E string on fret number 2. So we get that nice D chord. Okay, then we're moving to, you could use the lazy A if you wanted to, or you could use the finger 1, 2, and 3 trick, or you could use this kind of offset fingering that I've grown to just adore over the years, because it allows those fingers a little bit more space to get onto that 2nd fret and really get connected with it. Okay, so we've got open A. You can finger this any way you like. A lot of people prefer that lazy A, and in most situations I do too. Open A, finger 2 on the D, finger 1 on the G, all fret 2, and then finger 3 on fret 2 on the B. Then if you wanted to, you have room, you have nice arches on all of your fingers to open up that high E string. The next chord, geez, this is going to be a big one. This chord is a monster, and we're about to tackle it. Okay, so finger 1 gets barred over the entire 2nd fret. So finger 1 on fret 2 on the low E, then we're going to play. The trick here is to arch these 2 fingers while this first finger stays straight. That's why it's called the bar, and it can be a challenge. So be sure to stick with it. It's tough for everybody the very first time. If this is your first time playing this chord, expect a challenge, but also expect to conquer it. So finger 1 on the fret 2 on the low E string, finger 3 on the A on fret number 6, finger 4 on the D on fret number 6, then the top 3 strings are all fret number 2. This is a tough one to get to, so just visualize all of the fingers. We'll end up building it, usually the first finger first, and then the other 2 fingers will fall into place. But what we want to shoot for over time is that all fingers arrived at the chord at exactly the same moment. Okay, so that's what we're shooting for. Then we're going down to the old people's E, right? So we have open low E, fret 2 with fingers 2 and 3, finger 1 on the G string, and then finger 1, and then open B, and then fret 0 on the high E. Let's just get that little thing back in tune there. So anyway, here we are, moving into the introduction of the song. Any questions? Go ahead and hit that live chat, because we'll definitely answer those questions. But for now, we'll just keep moving on. There is a 2-beat break, not a break, but a rest in the beginning of that first measure of the introduction. Okay, so just be ready to count 1, 2, and rest those 2 notes right out. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so we're going to do that hammer on fret 4 with the 2nd finger, so we can slide up into fret number 6, and then we're sliding back down to fret number 4. slide back down to fret number 4 the second time, we kind of stay there. And then we finish that second time around with the lick is very similar to the first time, but it's just that one hammer-on approach. Then we slide up to fret 6 with that second finger and then land on fret number 4 on the G. And that happens a couple of times for the introduction of the song. So it is an 8-bar phrase that happens a couple of times, and then we're moving right into the dyads, which really makes a nice rhythmic bed for the vocals to sort of shine over. And they do. I mean, the vocals in this tune just kind of like tear it apart. Pretty cool. So we're going to start with that D chord that we know, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, move to A, 2, 3, 4, and then F sharp, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp minor, 3, 4, 1, 2, E, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, so it's a pretty cool verse section that's worthwhile knowing. But then what happens is we get into that sort of that chorus, and we could just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we would typically do that when we start the song, because there are anticipations on 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We anticipate two chords. We anticipate the A, and we anticipate moving to the E. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So this is the chorus, and you just kind of get that right hand rhythm going, and then we go back into the verse, which creates a nice contrast. So we'll put it all together. We got the introduction together. And we do that again. Into the dyads, F sharp, and then minor, and then E, and then D, and then A, and then F sharp minor, and then E. You could actually expand that section a little bit, but we'll go right into the chorus, and then we do 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, and don't forget to anticipate those. That A and the E. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and so that leads us into the review. If you have any questions about what we've been covering tonight, now would be a great time to cover that. So I'm just going to leave a couple of minutes here, a couple of seconds to see if we have anything roll in for questions. And if we have any questions at all about review, and I'm just going to take a quick sip of tea from my president's mug, because why wouldn't you drink from a president's mug? So I've got some green tea going tonight. I'm not sure what you guys have rolling over there, but hopefully it's something good and you're enjoying some time with your guitar. Any questions? Okay. Remember to subscribe. And when you subscribe, I think when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to have a big party or something, or a giveaway, or there's some incentive there that hasn't been completely defined yet, but we're going to do something. Okay, so let's get there and let's have some fun doing it. So what I'm going to do is review. I guess we're going to take another minute to do a quick review. So there's an introduction of the song. And then we go to that little dyad part. And then we do that a couple of times. Whenever the verse is done, we move into the chorus, which is a little more open. And what I'm going to do is just kind of keep playing the chorus until the end of our time. We're going to wrap it up. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have questions or if you wanted to request a certain song,